we're going to start fighting.
Yes.
That's a lot of yeses today.
Good evening, all my South Orange Mayport listeners, and all those other listeners in the towns of Melbourne, Livingston, Irvington, West Orange, East Orange, Orange, and Newark. Welcome to In the Village with Anselm Marjorie on the South Orange Mayport online radio experience, and live on the World Wide Web at somore.org, and the only radio show covering all your news, opinion, politics, talk, and sports happening in the South Orange Mayport communities.
And national.
And surrounding communities.
And surrounding communities.
Yes,
it's a big, wide area.
Thank you very much.
Anytime.
Thank you very much, Margie. You can listen to us every Monday through Friday from 8 to 9:30 p.m. That's 8 to 9:30 p.m. and reach us at 973-327-3626. That's 973-327-3626 to participate in the discussion. We have an interesting program lined up for you this evening, and I look forward to your participation in the discussion. Now, Marjorie, welcome tonight.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Good evening.
Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening.
I'm telling you all of that.
Which
that
one
to
is
you.
it?
It's evening now, but
Yeah.
I hope you had a good morning and a great afternoon.
How was your day today?
It was work, Anselm. It was really work. I learn a lot every day from my students.
What did you learn today? Give me an example of what you learned today.
We're talking about political participation today, and some of them see no need for that.
They don't need to participate in a political process.
Why? I came up with an idea for a project, and they went, why should we do that? We're going to graduate. It doesn't even matter for us. And so it's just a sad situation.
But they're speaking the truth, though.
Yes, but it matters to those who come behind them, and there's a legacy to leave behind.
Doing a project?
Yeah.
You mean for others to come and continue doing the project as well?
No, the project would be completed. So there's no bus shelter. So I see students standing out in the rain and snow and inclement weather, being beaten down by the elements.
So you want
why don't you guys come up with a bus shelter to put, near the bus stops that are by the school?
That's a good idea. That's a great idea.
I'm full of ideas. If I could just implement all of them, I'd be really all that.
No, I think that's
so. So one of my favorite students says, "Well, yo, miss, if we do that,
that's what we call you, yo, miss." That's how you address you, yo, miss.
If we do that, then we're not going to even be here. It doesn't even. Why should we do that?
Oh, okay, okay.
And then the room just exploded, and
did everybody try? Was that a male or a female?
This was a guy.
Did everybody try to knock him over the head or something?
No, they were like, many of them did, and it was just, I was just so saddened, and then I had to go into this whole soliloquy about how people have made all these changes, and they benefit from them, and they're probably dead right now. So I have to come up with these documents on political participation, be that marching, conventional participation, and unconventional participation, in order to, illustrate to them how people have worked over the years to make life better for all of us. And it doesn't matter, if it's going to benefit you directly, but at least if you have helped someone, you feel good.
Since you've been doing this program, every night you use about 5 big words, right? Soliloquy.
There's no such thing as a big word.
Well, a huge word, some of us.
Huge word.
Let me give you a joke. Let me give you a quick joke.
No, I don't want to digress.
Let me give you this joke.
No, because we said we're not going to digress.
No, but we're going to digress just for 30 seconds. You're going to hear this. When I came to this country in 1977, right? And I attended Boys and Girls High School. So we had a track meet on the Saturday. And I was taking the SAT on that same Saturday. So went up to Cornell University because it was indoors at that time. Man, it was cold. So we were going up to Cornell University. So what they did is that I went up there earlier and I took the SAT test for the first time, right? Without even studying or anything. What could you do? My parents couldn't even afford a SAT book. I wasn't as fortunate as you. I'm sure you take Kaplan and Princeton Review.
No, I didn't have that kind of life. But go ahead. At any rate, you're making this a quick story.
Yeah, you had at least an SAT book to study from.
No, I didn't even know about an SAT.
You didn't take the SAT?
No, I took an ACT. We didn't even know. I wasn't that
in that part of the country. In that part of the country.
Yeah, and at that time
anyway,
society.
So
yes.
I went into the class, and you taking math and you taking English and so on and so forth. And when it came to the English part, I saw some words I've never seen in my life.
I believe that.
I was like, man, where the hell did these words come from? I never seen those words in my life. I'm like,
Anselm, I wouldn't admit that over the air.
Why
Okay,
not?
now let's keep going. Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's just unnecessary.
Yeah, what do you mean
At
it's
any rate-
unnecessary? But you see, that's part of the problem that we have.
What is?
We don't want we were trying to hide our future, and just like all the things that happen, people are like trying to put icing on the past. Excuse me, on your past. This is, I joke about that all the time. Because I think when I look at it, I say, man.
And guess what?
What?
You've been a great success.
No.
In spite of your lack of vocabulary.
Correct. I don't have a vast, vocabulary as
that's
you have.
why you have invited me to be your co-host.
Exactly.
So you can even this out here.
So I could learn some big vocabulary, political words.
At any rate.
Anyway, that was my soliloquy.
No. That was a rambling. Better
that
yet.
was my soliloquy.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just that, and you know what? Another thing that happened. I could tell you every day about some whack story from work, but
It seems like your school is a whack school, though.
But kids, just working with kids is. I think that after you've been teaching for a long time, you know what questions to ask because you know what people don't know.
You sure? You know what the students don't know?
Yeah, so you ask questions that are...
Probing questions.
Not necessarily.
To stimulate their mind.
They don't even have to be stimulating, but to unearth things that you expect people to know that they don't know. Like?
Yeah, for example.
Well, one time we were talking, but this is last year with my freshman, we were talking about the geography of Greece.
Who really wants to know about the geography of Greece?
Can I finish my point?
Okay, all right, okay.
The question is, how does geography affect culture? So, if you're living someplace where, you can understand the question, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I understand.
So, but then I realized they didn't know any geography or words having to do with climate or topography or anything like that. So I said, you know what, you guys, we need to go over some geographic terms, like, what is a river? What's a mountain? What's a, how is a lake different than an ocean? What's a butte? What's a mesa? What's a peninsula? What's a valley? Hey, what's a valley anyway?
If they didn't learn all that, if you guys didn't teach him all that stuff,
the kid raised his hand. Nobody said anything. Then the kid raised their hand and said, "A valley? Isn't that where the happy people go?" That's where people are skipping, isn't it, Miss? Like the Wizard of Oz.
Happy Valley.
Yeah, it's all about the commercials.
You see?
We were talking about Confucius. I said, Confucius believed in harmony. And I stopped and said, what's harmony anyway? Kid said, harmony. That's like black people meet, right? So, they were like, oh, no.
What about eHarmony?
That's what they were thinking about in blackpeoplemeet.com. So you...
Oh, my God.
I know, seeing you're laughing at this, the stories can go on and on and on. So, and I'm trying now, and I know they're not listening, and I told them I was doing a radio show. Like, where, miss? And I'm like, I can't tell you because I'm going to be talking about you sometime.
They may find out. They may Google Marjorie. And
I did, this kid. Don't get me on a roll here. This is my last one. This kid, we were like, this is, tea comes from China. And it was on my smart board. I showed a picture of tea. The kid raised his hand. So, miss, where does iced tea come from?
Iceland. You should say
Iceland. No, Arizona. That's where it comes from.
You should have said Iceland.
I'm like, really? And I laughed and I cried at the same time, but it felt good, that laugh.
Oh, really?
But the kid said that he thought iced tea came from a container like Kool-Aid. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's
about
from China.
4C. No, this was
American?
This is an American, yes.
I told you to. I told the guy was. I told you the
No,
guy was
I was
Chinese.
showing them, telling them that we're talking about China.
Oh, you're talking about China.
And I told them that tea, originated in China. He says, "Well, where does iced tea come from?"
Why don't you put some ice in the tea and figure?
What? I'm like, really? And you know what was bad? I turned to the class. I said, "Somebody answer his question."
And nobody knew.
And nobody could answer the question.
Come on, nobody gonna ask. Why would you want to know who cares where iced tea come from? Really?
No. So you're saying, please don't say that. Who cares?
Iced tea, man. Come on, be for real.
It's tea that's iced.
You know what I'm saying? I think if you ask 1,000,001 people that question, I think 80% of people wouldn't know.
Oh, get out of here.
I'm serious. 80% of them would not know where iced tea come from.
Okay, well, you know what? When we go out, I can't wait until we go do this football game.
Yeah, we're going to ask people where iced tea comes from. We're going to do a survey.
No, you're going to do, because do you know where iced tea comes from?
I don't really care.
You don't know?
No, I don't care.
Oh, my God, Anselm.
Do you know where cocoa come from? Hot cocoa came from?
Yes, I know
where
where it comes from. Coca? Or which
hot
one?
Hot cocoa.
Who originated it?
Where did it come from?
Cocoa comes from the...
hot cocoa, not cocoa. You said hot cocoa. Where does that come from?
The making the cocoa hot?
See, you don't know what hot cocoa is.
Oh, God, here we go. it is from my little village in Trinidad.
You see, you make
Hello,
fun.
all Trinidadians. Please help him, okay?
Why do you make
Can
fun?
let's go to the
But
news,
wait,
right?
Why do you make fun of people from Trinidad and
I'm
Tobago?
not. See, why are you turning this? We said we weren't going to do this bantering
No,
on
it's
the
not
air.
bantering.
And what we're going to do is a show. So
We are
what's
doing a
the
show.
news for the day?
Yeah, but you bring up this...
Time check is
you-
8:12.
You bring up this iced tea stuff.
Well, I mean, I'm just telling you the things that I have
but no,
to
it's
deal
funny.
with.
But where does
It's
hot
not.
cocoa
It's
come
sad.
from? Iced tea comes from Arizona.
No, it doesn't come from Arizona.
Of course it is. Arizona iced tea.
No, I mean, you know,
Arizona iced tea.
there's one time that, speaking of iced tea, so I was in East Africa, in the slopes of Kilimanjaro, and I saw tea, growing, or I saw, plantations of tea.
What, they were like tea bags growing or something?
Oh, Anselm. They're leaves that are on a bush. And so it was a hot day. It wasn't like, it's not always hot up. I mean, it's not hot up there because you're in a high elevation. And, we're drinking tea and it's hot. And I'm like, you're looking at the mountain. You can see the snow on the top of the mountain. And I asked this, guy, I'm like, we make some cold tea, some iced tea. Iced tea, who has ever heard of that? Who would drink tea that is cold? So, I mean, it depends on where you're at. People...
Yeah, we never drink iced tea in Trinidad and Tobago. No. I never drank iced tea in Trinidad and Tobago.
Well, welcome to America.
Yeah, you see, America tried to commercialize everything to make money.
Well, about iced coffee, have you tried that?
No,
but you wouldn't do that because it's
I don't.
your
I don't
religion,
even drink
isn't it?
coffee. I'm
I
not a
know.
coffee drinker. Why would
You
I
drink
waste my
that
money and buy
Postum stuff?
$6
that fake coffee?
$6 worth of Starbucks?
Do you drink the fake coffee? The Postum coffee?
What was that? Postum? What's that?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like
I'm gonna give you a quick.
wait, we can't be doing this. We gotta go.
But we're gonna get to the
no.
news.
Come on.
Listen to this.
So, how about that at the end, please? Can we let's do the news? Let's do the news.
All right.
Thank you.
Let's get to the news. All right.
Peace and
so
joy.
let's go over to the Village Voice. Superintendent search criteria being finalized October the 13th. The South Orange Maple Board of Education will be finalizing criteria to be used for the selection of a new superintendent of schools at a public meeting on October 13th, according to a release from Board President Beth Doherty.